Hey Soup, welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always. So today it's actually kind of a cool thing that I want to talk to you guys about. So what's gonna happen is this coming Sunday, this coming Rush Hour Arena, I'm actually switching accounts with another YouTuber by the name of KnightlyGaming. I don't know if you guys have heard of him or not. If you haven't, check out his channel in the link in the description below. He's a really good guy, and what we're gonna be doing is actually like I just fucking said, we're gonna be switching accounts during Rush Hour to play on each other's accounts to get us a different perspective of the game, see if it's really monster based or if there's like any other sort of strategy behind it, if like it's more player based of technique and what you're doing and strategy behind it. So that's what we're really trying to figure out. So let's just, what I thought, go ahead and pull up his team and see exactly if I can start kind of theory crafting along the lines of what I'm going to be doing on his account. So he actually has a lot more nat 5s, a lot more options, a lot more runes and everything. He has a lot more of everything than I have. So it's kind of interesting to see. Now he actually said he finishes typically around G2. And I typically finish around G3. So my guild is saying that if he finishes anything less than G3, then I'm going to be kicked out of my guild because they don't accept plebs into Club de Swag. Plebs meaning noobs, basically. I don't think they're being serious. Let's hope they're not being serious, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. So this is all in KnightlyGaming's hands, so no pressure, buddy, no pressure. Just make sure you do your best. And then I'm gonna at least try to get G2 on his account for the most part. To be honest, though, I think it's gonna be something that we're not gonna get as high ranked as the original owner of the account, because it kind of goes back to what I've always said, is that you only know your account as good as you're the only person. You're the only person that knows your account as well as you do, and this exact runes, the exact monsters, what works, what doesn't work, etc., etc. So basically with his team, like I sort of kind of looked at it a little bit earlier. Like I say, he's got so many different options that I don't really know where to start. I don't know if I'm going to run a different type of arena defense. I don't know if I'm going to run a different type of arena offense or what I'm actually going to do. But he's got so many options. So I think what I'm going to try to do for arena offense is use some sort of combination between, let's say, Galleon, which he has Violent Will, which is perfect. I don't like that he has 100% crit rate on Galleon, because I personally use Galleon as a Camilla counter, because if you're critting against Camilla, then you're always going to lose your defense break, where my Galleon, I have him as low crit rate as possible, so that way there's a chance that I can defense break and not lose it on the same turn, and then my Tosi or whoever else can come in behind it and do a little bit more damage that way with defense break. So I think I'm going to use a combination of him. Alicia is always a great option. A little bit less speed tuned than I would have hoped, and not on Will. Okay, so that's a problem for me personally. This guy's not on Will either. Not really speed tuned with the Galleon. Poseidon, though. Poseidon is now speed tuned with Galleon and has Will Rune, so I could potentially use the Poseidon as a first nuke from Galleon. So that would be my next choice there. And then let's see if he has any other nukes here on Will as well. So no runes on the Rika. Lagmaron, no Will on that. Decent speed though. Again, just not speed tuned, so it kind of defeats the purpose there. Okay, so Triton's on Despair Will, not Shield, which I prefer Triton on Shield. Just to counter any Orions. Really, that's what the Shield is there for, and to take a couple hits from the Theomars first off or first round. What else do we got? Anything else exciting? Teshar doesn't have Will on Teshar. a little bit slow for the combo as well. Charlotte's a little bit fast for the combo. And then he has this Sierra comp. So first off, what I'm seeing is that there's really not going to be too much in the way of cleave AO like to kind of mimic something like mine, because we're not changing any of the runes around for each other. We're just saying use my account, go. You know, this is all going to be your mind, figure it out, do what you can with it. So I don't think I'm going to have a cleave AO like mine, because there's not enough monsters on Will to really have that be successful in G3 Arena. So if I just had one more nuke on Will, I think it would be possible. But just having one on Will, the other one's gonna get stunned 99% of the time, or gonna get, something's gonna happen to it where it's not gonna get the combo off correctly. So aside from that though, he does have another composition here that I think is very interesting or very viable right now as well, and that is his Sierra lead, and then going right after or with Sierra would be Liebly. So right before Sierra should be Liebly, and then right after Liebly should be Sierra, and then also 51% accuracy. It's a little low. Very nice attack though. I think it's, yeah, attack all around. Okay. And then I think he said he uses Frigid, which is super fast. Like that's a really fast Frigid for real. Plus having the Sierra lead, that's gonna pretty much outspeed a lot of people. That's gonna outspeed a lot of people. The only person that it wouldn't outspeed, I suppose, would be like a Vanessa Bernard combo. But really for him, it's just to get the attack boosted up of his Liebly and his Sierra, and then I think I would also use the Triton to bring with them, just to remove any defense buffs or like will or anything like that, any shield type stuff. And I think with the Frigid here with 50% attack bar boost, he doesn't really have to worry about getting broken in between too much. Yeah, 50%, that's unreal. As far as that is concerned, I think that's the AO that I'm gonna stick to mainly, is using them. And then if I get a chance, I might switch to like a cleave or something like that, you know, just depending. But let's check out for his arena defense here what I think I'm gonna use for them. I'm also going to probably use a couple different arena defenses just to kind of switch things up along the way. Like I just mentioned in a previous video, for arena defense strategy during rush hour, you gotta have a couple. You can't have just one. This is for G1, G2, G3, Legend Rank, Arena. I say you'd have to have at least a couple, so that way, you know, people don't get used to your arena defense and know that they can beat you. But for this, you know, I see combos like Ariel. He does not have arena though, unless it's in storage, but I don't think so. He has Juno, which is amazing as well. I'm probably going to use Juno because I love using Juno. It's a little bit slow, a little bit not as much HP as mine actually has though. But it's still viable. It's still viable. It's speed, crit rate, 88% crit rate. Okay, I mean it's not horrible. Not the way that I build mine though, for sure. And then he also has Vanessa, which is also always a great option to help boost that slower speed up there. Don't think I'm going to use any of them. I might throw in Hua Dam. Just might. And then how's his Vermos ruined? It's not really ruined at all. This is not anybody that I can really utilize, I don't think. And then there's Diaz, which is built fairly well, decent HP, decent defense. So I might use Diaz. I might go with more of a nuke type defense to begin with. So that means actually using his AO as his defense. That's like using Sierra, Frigid, Triton, and Liebly. So using all of them as his defense for like the first probably 30 minutes, just to try to get myself some defense wins. And then I'll switch it over to something more stally, like say Vanessa, Juno, Ariel. Is that Ariel ruined pretty well? Yeah, Ariel's ruined really good. Super nice defense, super nice HP. Wish it would have a little bit more resistance, but it's really great, so I'm not complaining too much there. But maybe I'll do Vanessa, Ariel, Juno, and Huadam. I might use that combination. That's going to be more like the mid-range that I'll use last 30 minutes going forward. And then I'm thinking, like, that's not bad either, but it's not on Nemesis, so I don't think I'm going to use that. This is also always a decent option, but he's built more damage than HP rather, so I think I'm going to steer clear from him. But then for last 15 minutes, I might switch to, let's say, Diaz lead with Ariel, Juno, and Diaz lead, Ariel, Juno. How is this ruined? Super tank, about 44,000 HP. This is ruined for damage, really. That's about it. So it wouldn't do me any good really in the last 15 minutes. And then Huadam ruined very nicely, so wouldn't mind doing that. What is the skills of Laura, just to kind of see? Attacks all enemies, stunning them for 1 turn. Attacks all 3 enemies. 3 enemies 3 times each attack row. Decrease target attack row for 3 turns. Okay, so nothing really for arena defense for that guy. But like I said, Huadam, got him. I could use. I might just do that. I might just switch out Diaz as the leader with Juno, Huadam, and Ariel. I think those are my 3 main options that I'm going to use. The reason why I'm going with these guys is because they have all different elements, right? So the more elements that you have on your defense, I feel is like a little bit better, or like the most specific defense elements. So with having Diaz or with having Vanessa, either one of those as the leader, along with Juno, most likely you're not going to get Lucianed. So that takes care of one arena offense option right away. So that's what I'm probably going to use for that. And then also having Ariel gives your team, you know, the survivability that it's looking for. However, it's a water type monster, so if you get hit by any like Zeroses or anything like that, this could potentially be trouble for a Zeros comp, because I mean, I know I have trouble with it sometimes if it resists a lot. So having the Diaz lead along with this, it's going to be more pushing, I don't know, 90% resistance almost, right? So that's the idea there. And then for the Huadam, that's if anybody happens to get crit a couple times, you just got Huadam to kind of, you know, mess things up a little bit, makes it a little bit harder on will as well. So you got to make sure that you're removing that will from him with 87% resistance. That's great. So that means there's a lot of chances that he's not going to get that will removed, that he's not going to get hit by Zeros, and he's going to be doing what he's there to do, and that's just to annoy everybody else. And then also having Diaz in there or Vanessa, if one of them goes down, say Huadam goes down, Vanessa's there to revive back up, Ariel's there again, and then Juno's there to keep people stunned for the most part, and then Huadam as well. Huadam's got a lot of stunning capabilities, so I think this is going to be a good option for me to run last couple minutes here, and hopefully, you know, if anything changes mid game and, you know, it's not actually working out for me, I might change it up a little bit, but I think this is what I'm going to attempt to do with his defense. So I think as well, Knightly Gaming is going to do kind of a video like this for my account. So again, guys, I encourage you to check it out later today. If not, it's already up there. Again, just check the link in the description to get to his channel. But other than that, I think it's a great thing to do. I think it's something that is kind of exciting for me to get just a different perspective and to see if really having a whole plethora of monsters is actually really useful, or if just having those certain monsters like Zeros, Camila, Tosi, and you know, Juno that I have, if that's really you know, more important to have specific monsters like that. But I think with Knightly Gaming's account, he has a ton of Nat 5s that are very relevant right now, especially with having the Sierra Libli combo that's super deadly. But it'll be fun. I'll keep you guys posted this Sunday of what happens with the challenge here, and hopefully I get higher than Knightly Gaming has ever gotten before in his life, because I want to think that I have a little bit more to me than just my account. Okay, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay soupy as always. Appreciate you guys. Love you to the death as well. And look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you want to see what happens, and peace out, Girl Scout. Later, Gator. Okay, bye. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. If you want to see my previous video, you can click on the link or visit me on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, I just started making t-shirts, so check out my website at www.claytano.com to see all of my gamer-inspired apparel. And as always, stay soupy and don't be a potato.